project manager, correct, with the city of Elk Grove. Did I get that?
Close. I'm the capital program manager for the city.
Sorry.
Good evening, everyone. As Dennis mentioned, I'm with the city of Elk Grove. I'm responsible for the funding, design, and construction of all the city's infrastructure projects. This project, with the plan development that's on the west side, there's a need to alleviate the congestion at Elk Grove Boulevard that exists now as well as in the future, and also future projected traffic down at Grand Line and Cameron. In terms of a little bit of history, the need for this was identified in 2006 with Laguna Ridge. It was added to the general plan in 2007. The City Council at the time recognized the importance of the park. In the general plan regarding this project, it states any interchange in this general location shall be designed to minimize impact to Elk Grove Regional Park, as well as other assets to the fullest extent possible. There's more language about consulting with Caltrans, the CSD, various stakeholder groups. As I mentioned, the other goal is the pedestrian crossing. That has been in the biking head master plan that the city put together since 2004. Our goal with the project is to try to keep that interchange design as compact as possible to minimize any impacts to the park. So we're looking to preserve the land use planning and the local road network through the area. The project does have to be acceptable by Caltrans because it's a state facility, so we do have to follow their design requirements. And with that, I was going to turn it over to Gary to talk a little bit about where we are with the schedule.
Thanks, Rick. What we're doing right now is developing what's called a project study report. It's pre-environmental, and what it does, it identifies the range of alternatives, in other words, the scope of the project. It also identifies the cost range, the high and the low alternatives, as well as some discussion of schedule. We take that PSR, we get it approved by Caltrans, and then it greatly improves. Actually, you can't get a project funded with state or federal money unless you have this project study report, the PSR. We hope to have the PSR completed in about 9 months. Then we'll be able to go for more funding. So that's where we are in the project. We're just starting the process. We hope to be able to roll into the actual environmental, the detailed environmental studies, specific studies in about a year's time, if all goes well. As far as the public outreach for this project, this is just the first meeting we're going to have as part of the PSR phase. We are going to have another meeting probably next spring, March or April. Again, probably right here in this venue, after we've had a chance to take your input as well as the stakeholders working group input and talk to Caltrans and come back to you with more refined alternatives. Let's see. You will have plenty of opportunity to give input. Hopefully tonight we can write down and we can get what you're thinking. And my name and email, my phone number are all on the website. If you know, we need to hear your concerns. We want to make this the best project we can make it, given all the constraints. And we definitely appreciate you all coming out, and we do value your input. I don't know, did I miss anything, Rick? Is there anything else you want? The schedule, yeah, basically, yeah, the schedule is after we wrap up tonight, we'll go back to the stakeholders working group. We're going to engage Caltrans in early December. We want to talk to the public before we even ran the alternatives by Caltrans. So early December, we're going to talk to them some more. We're going to be back out in March to talk to you. And after that, we would start the environmental phase in middle of next year, probably late, about a year from now we start the environmental. Environmental will probably take 18 months. Then we would look at if we have funding right of way and design. And the earliest construction would be if money fell out of the air, maybe 4 to 5 years from now we would start. But there's no construction money that we're aware of right now.
In hand.
In hand.
I would like to clarify with that. So the project is, what I'll put in air quotes, is fully funded with development fees. And the reason I throw it in the air quotes is the city has a fee program on new development that covers the impact new development. So this project is included in there. It's budgeted about $42 million. But we don't have that cash in hand. We get those fees as development occurs. So it's funded, a lot of it is funded out of the Laguna Ridge and the Southeast Policy Area construction that will occur over 20 years, 30 years, however long that takes. So we don't have the funds in hand for construction. So that's the challenge in terms of building it. Projects of this size often get federal funds and federal grants. And so part of the design work that we're doing will make us eligible and compete better for those funds. We could bring the project in sooner than later, but the timing of that is currently outside our 5-year plan. So at this point, beyond 5 years.
You mentioned stakeholders. Who is in that group?
I knew you were going to ask. There's 11 different groups. It's Trails Committee, CSD, member from the Elk Grove Bike Park, Chamber of Commerce, Elk Grove Dog Park, Historic Society and Hotel, Elk Grove Youth Sports Association, Girls Basketball Softball League, Glenbrook Association, which is on the other side of the freeway, Sacramento Area Bike Advocates, and Walk Sacramento. Yeah, they were very helpful. We met. When did we meet?
It was about a month ago.
About a month ago? Yeah. And then we'll continue to do that. Very helpful group.
How many from the Historical Society are in that group?
I think we've invited 2 from each group, right?
So there's basically 1 or 2 people from each of those groups?
Right.
Yes.
No, so there are some Sacramento groups in there.
Yes.
So how many of those are in there?
The Sacramento groups, there's Walk Sacramento and Sacramento Area Bike Advocates, and those are the
Those are the
only 2, just because they've got a lot of expertise. We do have the Elk Grove Trails Committee here as
Oh, yeah.
well.
I think the intent for the Sacramento Bike Advocates and for the Walk Sacramento is to make sure that the design is as pedestrian and friendly and bike friendly and as safe a structure as possible. So they tend to have that focus when they're looking at it. That's exactly. So we always like to have them, even when they're not necessarily from the community, just to have them as extra verified. Yeah. So.
Another question I have is, you have all this up here. Now, where can we access this? Because it's very difficult for me to look at a map and figure what in the heck is going on.
This will be on the city's website pretty quick. It's open to the public, so I don't see anything wrong with getting up on the website. And you know my number, and I can come out and meet and we can talk in greater detail if needed to. I can explain the details. There was another question.
Public invited to stakeholder input group meetings?
They are open to the public? Absolutely. Yes.
Okay, and do we get notice of that?
Well, the stakeholder group is a community, it's centered around working directly with the community organizations that were identified as part of that stakeholder representative group. So we want to keep the work that we're doing because we go through a lot of detail, and if we opened it up, to have all of the community there, the hours would be a lot longer. Basically, they committed to us that they would work with us for, basically a couple of hours for each of these nights that we're meeting with them. So we want to keep the work that we're doing with the stakeholder representative groups. The community is more than welcome to come and observe, and then if they have comments afterwards, we're there to listen and also take that into consideration. But the intent is to work with those stakeholder representative groups, based community organizations, and then when we get enough information that we can share with the public, like we've done here, we bring it all back to the public, and we get their thoughts and ideas too. So
but
it's,
excluding the public from the stakeholders groups.
no, we're not.
Yes, you are.
excluding-
If we can't
That's what it
go
sounds like.
speak, then
No,
you're excluding them.
Okay, then I may have misspoke when I said, the community is welcome to come, and, but what we're doing is we're working directly with the stakeholder representatives in
Okay.
those.
And then the next question is, why isn't the public, the general public, considered a stakeholder?
11 groups that are focused with their concerns. We realize we're going to have competing concerns to get them in a group to try efficiently to solve problems. Now, in no way does what they say outweigh anything that you say here. You have input to this project just as much as anybody in that stakeholders working group. I think what Glass was saying, that everybody's busy. The stakeholders working group, and there's some of them here tonight. Thank you for coming out, guys. Again, the thought was to, as efficiently as possible, to get right to the various concerns. That's why there's 11 there. And that's what I was going to say. If we missed the stakeholders, if there's somebody out here,
There's an organization.
yeah, if there's an organization that we missed, that's fine. But no, I think what you're concerned is that they may have more weight than what you do, and that's not the case.
Because you've got, what, 5, 6 different plans that none of us have seen before.
You've seen them tonight, and you can comment, and we're going to make 5 or 6 more.
But
We're
I
not
wasn't there
saying-
to be informed about the stakeholders meetings.
So they haven't seen anything that you haven't seen tonight, and nothing has changed.
But they've had a head start on it.
Nothing has changed between the time that they looked at these than that you looked at them. So there's.
I'm just saying you're excluding the public, and that doesn't fly.